Hey Fragheads! Ako nga po pala si Gabriel Muyar, and today we will review Kayaan Gold by Watania. Let's put it on the chopping block. Does it smell good? Does it perform? Do you want to know? Let's find out. I got this fragrance from Frugal Frags, and if you guys don't know, Frugal Frags is an e-commerce business that me and my girlfriend is running. We sell 100% authentic and original Middle Eastern fragrances there, so if you want to get yourself one of these, just go message the page and we'll gladly assist you. Support to Frugal Frags is support to me, so if you want to support me directly and my reviews, please buy from Frugal Frags. So, if you're familiar with the name Kayaan, most likely you're familiar with Kayaan Classic. And if you've been living under a rock lately, Kayaan Classic is one of, if not the best, Dior Homme Intense clones in the market today. I did a whole separate video reviewing this, so if you want to watch that, I'll just link it down below the description. This rose to fame instantly, but someone got overlooked, and it's this guy. This is Kayaan Classic's little golden brother, Kayaan Gold, and this is a clone of Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Parfum. Now, Kayaan Gold has been completely overlooked by the fragrance community because this is just so good. This is like the golden boy, while this is just golden. But of course, let's give this guy a chance. Can this actually stand in the same level, in the same pedestal as his brother right here? But first, before we talk about that, let's proceed to the presentation of the fragrance. So here's the presentation. It basically has the same presentation as Kayaan Classic, but of course, instead of silver, it's gold. It has gold accents to it. You have your Kayaan Gold and Watania, as well as in the top right there, and at the back there is the Kayaan logo. At the bottom there's nothing much, and then you open the box like so. You have your Kayaan Gold with some textured lining, and we have the bottle sitting snugly in hard foam right there. We then proceed to the bottle, which is basically just a golden version of Kayaan Classic. They're the same in terms of elegance, in terms of like sexiness. I mean, look at this. It's just so simple. It's golden, and yeah, it's beautiful. I love how golden this is. The cap is also heavy. It's as heavy as the Kayaan Classics, but the only problem that I have with my bottle specifically is the atomizer, which is it doesn't really spread out any juice at all. It's like look at this. Yeah, it's broken. I don't know where it got broken. Maybe it's in the logistics. Well, the box looks looks okay. So maybe it's a malfunction or a production problem of Watania. So yeah, that's the only problem that I have with Kayaan Gold right here. But overall, it's the presentation. The box is pretty nice. As I said, I have the same sentiments as with Kayaan Classic's presentation. So the presentation is really nice, but of course, if the juice is horrible, then everything right here is just completely pointless. So let's tackle the notes. Since they're basically the same, I'll just read off of 1 Million Parfums for granting a page. Now, the fragrance notes don't really have a structure, so I'll just read it as is. There is tuberose, salt, solar notes, ambergris, manoi oil, leather, cashmere, labdanum, and pine. Now, let me tell you, Kayaan Gold is 90% similar to 1 Million Parfum. Now, there are other clones of 1 Million Parfum, and the only one that I can think of is Latafa Fakar Gold. But for me, that is sweeter, while this is closer and more loyal to the DNA of 1 Million Parfum. I also have a video of me interviewing the people on the Marikina Sniff Sesh of Fragheads, so yeah, I'll just cut right now. And gold.
Million Parfum.
Pre, ikaw yung hindi, yung gusto sumali sa raffle pero na-double sa, ano,
Ah, bro.
receipt. Sa'yo na.
Kayaan Gold yan. Oh shit, sorry, nag-vlog pala ako.
Reaction. Ano? Ba ba?
Kaya.
Shibib. Paano yung makaiba, Shibs?
Wala ito. Which one's which? Which bro? OG? This was OG? Yun yung OG. Ito yung OG?
Oh!
Mas mabango to, pre.
Weh? Ako nga, mukha.
Yung white lang.
What the freak? What the freak? Oo nga, man. No joke. Gagiligit ka. Oh my God.
Alam mo kung saan yan? Saan yan? Frugal Frags, 1799 only. Oh, ganun magano pa. Sige na.
The vibes that I get from this fragrance is sexy, tropical, and just beach vibes. Whenever I would wear this, I would usually wear this when I'm running along the beach or whenever I'm just going, I don't know, skinny dipping or whatever. Why did I say that? This is very sweet. It's white floral forward and it's very ambery, especially in the dry down. I would describe this as like a very sunscreen-y kind of smell. It's very not oily, but it's heavy. It's very dense and it's very high quality. It doesn't have an alcohol blast in the opening and it has that depth. The tuberose is very prominent and you have this backbone of salt, and even though it's not really listed in Fragrantica, you can really detect a bit of coconut. Not actually a bit, but there's coconut in here. This is very white floral heavy, and I mean, like, if you absolutely love sweet fragrances and white florals that is very dense and it's very rich, this is a must-have. You would love this. Even though there's supposed to be leather here, I don't really detect it as much because tuberose, salt, and coconut is just taking away the spotlight here. That even if there is any leather, I don't really detect any. Now it's a bit linear throughout the top, the mid. With the mid, the only difference that I can detect is it becomes sweeter. It becomes sweeter and sweeter. But when it comes to the dry down, that's when it becomes very ambery and the manoi oil becomes prominent in the dry down. But of course, there's still ambery and rich aspects to it. This is perfectly unisex and this can be worn casually on the beach, or I'd say this can be worn if you want to grab attention because this is very loud. If you want a sweet fragrances that has beach vibes, vacation vibes, a sweet fragrance with a ton of white florals and tuberose in it, this is a go-to for you, and this could possibly be a signature scent. Now, the only issue that I have with this is this can be cloying if you overspray it. Now, of course, I overspray all of my fragrances, and the only mistake that I have is I sprayed this 12 times on me, and I instantly regretted it because I was literally having a doozy. So if you're going to wear this on a very hot day, please mind your sprays. Don't overspray this because this is very strong. Now, I think this is best worn on the cooler, more shadier parts of the beach, more on like when you're under the coconut tree where it's very shady, it's very cool. Just the right temperature, not too hot, but not too cold, and this will just glide in the air and it will just smell absolutely intoxicating. Because since this is very sweet and this is very dense, this is much better on the cooler environments. But of course, you could still wear it on hotter environments. Just tone down on the sprays, please. Now, the projection of this is absolutely beast mode for the first 2 to 3 hours, and then it settles closer to the skin after hour 5, then of course becomes a skin scent at hour 6, which is really good because, man, this is very strong. And as I said, I oversprayed this and I instantly regretted it. I literally changed my clothes the moment that I felt like it was too much. Now, the longevity of this is 10 hours on my skin, and of course till the next day on clothes. This is very long lasting. So my total conclusion with this fragrance is this is worth it if you want to have a fragrance that has that sweet tropical vibes that you'd definitely wear in the beach, or if you just want to have that sweet white floral tuberose forward kind of fragrance. And yeah, this smells like what you would think of when you think of the word vacation. But that's all for me. If you guys agree with me, like this video. If you guys disagree with me, comment down below, change my mind. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, why haven't you? Please subscribe. Just hit the big red button down below and we'll be friends. Then again, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.